Hi, everyone. Can you guys hear me clearly before Kiki get on? Type a 1 if you can hear me. Hey, Tanja. How are you? Guys, if you can hear me clearly, can you please type a 1? Hi, Gina. Hi, beautiful. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, Dee Star. I am so excited about this interview with Kiki, y'all. Y'all just don't know. Hi, Maddie. Hey, Anthony. Hey, let's see, Gwen, Debbie. Oh, Willett, so you guys can hear me clearly. Just waiting for Kiki to get on. And I just want to make sure you guys, I know everyone is basically has Kiki foot to the fire right now, but I'm asking you guys to please be respectful to her. If you have any questions, hi, Betty. Be more than happy to ask Kiki those questions, but no attacking her on the live, okay? Let's see. My mods, Tanja, Angela, hi, Suela B, hey, Joyce, hi, Willett Smith. We're waiting for Kiki. Guys, I really hope. Okay, so you guys can hear me. Thanks for that. I think Kiki's trying to come up. Guys, put those purple hearts in the chat so Kiki could name y'all here. Hey, Pamela. Put those purple hearts so Kiki could see that, you know, she got love over here on the best squad. Like, we here for her. That's right. Miss Bridget, what's up? Yes, honey, I see those purple hearts. I see them. I see them. Retro, Betty. Yes, honey, I see y'all coming in. Y'all don't mind me. My dog is acting up. Like, he chose this time, right at this moment, to start crying and making noise. Hey, Laura. Hey, Joyce. Oh, God. Thank you guys for the love, for coming in. Y'all are just pouring in. KY No Lies, welcome. May Moore, welcome. Yvette Bias, welcome. Hey, Natty Spencer. Lies and More Lies. Why do I love that name? Like, I wish I was creative to get that name. Hey, Arlene Bentley. Anthony, tell Kiki to do it on her phone. Let me see. I sent her the live stream on her Instagram. Hold on, guys. I don't know. Let's see. I'm checking my cell phone. Okay, so she got the link. Let's see. Joyce Harrison, Black woman. Oh, we got the queen in the building. We got the queen in the building. Hey,
hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Look at you.
I'm sorry.
Now, aren't you just looking fabulous today? Did we get dolled up for each other?
Huh?
Did we get dolled up?
I'm sorry. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. Give me this. Okay. I'm sorry. My battery was like about to die. I had to get a.
Hey, Tatiana. Oh, what happened? We lost her. Tatiana. Hey, Patricia. I don't know what happened. We just lost Kiki for a minute. Okay, there she is. She's backstage again. Hey. I can't hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good. How are you guys?
Did we get dolled up or did we get dolled up?
We got logged off.
Oh,
I'm sorry. You gotta
that's
get
okay.
buddy.
Listen, don't worry. Mine is making a lot of noise right now. He was fine. Hi.
You have to get down, buddy. I just called my daughter to come get him. She was supposed to get him 5 minutes ago.
That's okay.
Thank you. Okay, you need to get.
Blessed Law, what's up? Marilyn, hey. Do you see all them purple hearts? Yes, honey.
You know what? For some reason, I can't see the comments.
The comments?
Yeah, I've been trying to see why I could see them in why I couldn't see them in other interviews.
And why I wore a purple dress for you today, honey.
Ah, thank you. You know what? I had on purple earlier.
Oh,
but I had to change because I was kind of uncomfortable. So I had to change a little bit.
Okay. Now you know I was in your DM and I wasn't gonna give up, honey.
That's fine. It's like, you know what? With me, you have to keep going and keep going because it's always so much stuff going on. Like I have a husband, I have 3 kids, I have my stuff I'm working on. So it's just like, I'm gonna just take this.
I thank your mom. She's so awesome. Thank her because she was on it. So how is everyone?
That's my Kris Jenner.
That's your Kris Jenner?
Yes.
So first,
will it work if I turn it to the side, my phone?
Probably.
Okay, let me see.
No, you're fine. Yeah, there you are.
There we go. Okay. I really like to do it on the laptop.
Anthony was saying that you should use your cell phone.
Yeah, I got my cell.
Okay, good. But now you're gone again. The sideways was better.
Okay, somebody called me. I had to put it on airplane mode. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, as you know, I'm Ebony the Best. Okay.
Hey, Ebony the Best.
Do you know why I have the last part as the best?
No, I would, let me see. So I would assume that the last part is the best because you think or you consider yourself the best at everything that you do.
Oh, that's a part of it, but the best is I'm from the Caribbean. I'm from Jamaica.
Nice.
So instead of saying the best, like how it's done in proper English, I said the best, like in Jamaica, the best.
Cool. I like it. I like it.
Thank you. First, when
are we going to Jamaica? Like a trip?
Listen, anytime you're ready, I have a trip planning in July. Listen, you could come, you could be attached to that trip, honey.
Yes, I would love a warm-up.
First, I want to say my deepest condolences to your husband.
Thank you.
You guys have experienced so many losses last year, but we're gonna put
crazy, right?
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's been, I believe, oh my God, we lost his mom, we lost his nephew, sister, his brother, his dad, sister, brother, dad, and now one of his best friends. It's 6 deaths in a matter of months, and we haven't even had time to, fully grieve and recuperate from the last before another one hits us.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Currently going through something right now, but thanks be to God, my brother is recovering, so I am so happy about that. But I can only imagine. But I want to get to some questions.
Okay.
Because, honey, the fans are coming for you.
I can't
fight them off by myself.
Hey, let me team up and go in there with you. And hey, I'm a pretty skilled fighter. I'm just saying.
I know. I heard you on that T.I. song, baby.
Yeah, right. Exact motivation.
That motivation, honey.
Quick question for you first. Do I look like really high up to you?
You do look high up. You do look like very high up.
I'm going to sit something else here. Can you give me just 1 minute? I'm just gonna grab something. Yeah, Thank you. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's so ghetto.
It's okay. Guys, in the meantime, do you have any questions that you guys want me to ask? I knew you were from the lovely island. Ah, thanks, Joyce Harrison. Yes.
All right, let's see if this will work.
Yeah, keep coming with those purple hearts, guys. I'm loving it.
Yes, I am as well. Thank you so much for the purple hearts.
Listen, they know you.
Purple.
They know
Okay.
you.
Is that better?
Oh, that's so much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
I just thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to even, sit and talk with me. But let's get into it, because now that we know we broke the ice, your family, we got your dog, got everybody, we got
right.
It's now
always chaotic over here, always.
It's okay. So I do have a few questions that a couple of my subscribers sent to me, and let's get into them.
Okay.
So far, how do you feel? How do you feel about the reunion so far? Like, how do you feel that you're being presented right now?
Ooh, so 2-part question. I liked the reunion and how everything went for the most part. The way that
Oh, what happened? Guys, we lost Kiki. That looks so much better. Hey, Laura Holland. Hey, Beverly. Where are you, boo? I'm right here. We lost Kiki. I don't know what happened. So we're just going to wait. Kiki, hearing from you and your family has shifted my perspective. I feel you are real and genuine. Love, your mother. Hey, Tanda Jackson. Thank you for that. Hey, we got Soul Star Music Lover in the house. Her phone probably rang. Yeah. Oh, look, my favorite, Kayanta Young. How are you?
Okay. There we go.
There you are.
So I put it on Do Not Disturb and airplane mode. And somebody called me on Instagram. Message like, come on, man.
Oh, that's your daughter?
This is my daughter. This is Aubrey.
Hi, Aubrey.
10 years old. Say hello.
Hi. Will we be seeing any of your children or your family on the show? Since your daughter
We'll see. I don't know.
It will be nice to see. It's Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? Love and Marriage. So we're hoping, since they're trying to take the show in a different perspective, that you guys will be on the show, or your family will be featured on the show.
Of course, I would love to display my family and show you this crazy, chaotic life. Yeah, the fun and full of love life that we have over here. But you'll see.
I hope that's a good thing.
You'll see. Time will tell.
Now, I know I had several conversations with you about your book. How is that coming along?
You know what? It is coming. My novel that I'm writing about my grandfather, I'm still at like chapter 3. I'm trying to sort out some, and I really think it's going to be maybe anywhere, I would say at the minimum, 15 chapters. Okay. At the minimum. And I could be wrong unless I find a way to consolidate some more things. But my grandfather is, 80-something years old, and it's difficult to tell his whole life story in a way that's condensed. There's so much wisdom that he has, and there's so much so many lessons that I want people to be able to see and learn from.
Now, with
his life experiences.
Okay, so with the book, will it be focusing on the situation that is now being displayed on the show with your, your addiction, or what will it be based on?
You know what? I was not going to go that far into the book. Okay. I was actually going to stop after his children, because we also do have another addiction in the family. Addictions plague families. And so I was not the first addiction in the family. But before I go into that, I want to make sure that it's okay with everyone. So that addiction I was going to expose. I wasn't going to talk about mine just because it comes further down the line, and there's so many things that happens before I come along.
Okay. With regards to the epic scene about and Marcel, and he said, do it. What were you gonna say?
You know what? That I'm going to keep hidden, because let me say this. I was not lying when I said that I didn't feel like Melody brought me onto the show to, try to ruin Tisha and Marcel's marriage. That was the wholehearted truth. And the only reason I even went as far as I did, I didn't want to do that, was because I had to defend myself from being called a liar. So I had to prove that no, I'm not a liar. We did talk about, some things did come up that we dealt with. I had to show that. So I in no way want to interfere with their marriage. I told Tisha a long time ago, and I've never told her this, by the way. A long time ago, I said, you know what? I don't know if I would say something if one of my friends who were friends with all of us, if they cheated, one of the husbands cheated. I don't know if I'd say anything. And she said, why do you say that? I said, because it could cause so much of a fallout, if the friend doesn't believe me and wants to ride with her husband. And where would that leave me and the friend? And she was like, well, tell me. And the reason that I said that is because that's the way I felt with her. I'm not saying that he had done anything or I knew him to cheat or anything like that. I said that because I felt like if I were to expose anything like that to her, it wouldn't go over well. And that's why I felt that way.
That's where I'm a little thrown because not only did we notice your husband, but there was other family members saying, don't do it, don't do it. So is it something that is so bad that you can't share, or have you ever felt forced by Wanda to edit the truth?
No, I've never actually by Wanda. She's like, you know what is it? Just go on and say it. Because I'm tired of this, just tell us what it is, Kiki. So by Wanda, no, she tried to force me to, explain whatever it was. But, I've said everything, that I'm gonna say. My goal is not, I love that family. And I want that family to stay together. My husband and I, we would spend every weekend with them. All of the time. We spent a lot of time together. The four of us, we were all like family. So what my goal is not to see a demise of a family. I don't want to see my cousin hurt. That's not my goal. My goal is to see her have, any kind of epiphany or breakthrough that she needs to have for herself to determine what the way that her marriage is going to go. That's not my job to do.
So what I'm hearing is that there is things, but because you're trying to be respectful to your family, you don't want to broadcast it because it's not yours to broadcast. Is that what you're saying?
You know what? I would say that as it relates to anything or any business that's someone else's. My goal is not to throw anyone under the bus or expose any deep, dark secret. But it's not that I'm not willing to release the information. It's more so about dang, it was something you asked me before that I was about to say, and I lost my train of thought. It's more so about, we know each other as families. I know a lot of stuff about them, and they know a lot of stuff about us. Okay, of course they do. Tisha has been my best friend since we were 13 years old. I know just about everything about their family, and they know just about everything about ours. So why would I want to purposely start that war?
Let me
I
ask
say
you.
this about them, then they say, why?
So let me ask you, does your loyalty, I guess, keep you from speaking the truth to about your family?
I think that me being who I am keeps me from speaking the truth, because I can empathize and sympathize with other people in different situations, and I base things off of what I would want someone to do if they were in, my shoes, or if I were in their shoes. So that's how I more so judge things.
Okay, that's a very good point. And I guess I can understand. I do. I'm from a large family myself. Yeah, 9 sisters and like 7 brothers.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, I get it.
So it's a large family, and I do understand doing the ride or die. Like, if me and my sisters or anyone, we're arguing, cousins, because I do have a lot of cousins. If we were just arguing a minute ago and someone we're gonna go for our family, right? So I am kind of like understanding what you're saying, but what kind of threw me is when they ask you, or Letitia said, "Well, Mel, did you tell me that Mel had you go down to the courthouse?" And Mel was like, "What the, like, what?"
So was I. I was like that too.
You don't remember that conversation with her because you didn't deny it. You just said,
no. Well, this is why I did not deny it, because I believe in giving the wholehearted 100% truth. I did not want to say something and then have to renege on it later on. I was searching my brain at that moment. First, I was shocked because I don't remember ever having that conversation. This is my first time hearing this. So I'm like, what is she talking about? In my brain, that's what I'm thinking. What is she talking about? What could she be talking about? Did she, was this a conversation that she maybe had with someone else? Because I don't remember saying this. I don't even know of Melody going to the courthouse, getting information from somebody who works there. I don't even know that information. So I'm not going to go to her and lie about anything. So I'm thinking, is she getting this mixed up? Where is this coming from? I'm shocked myself. So I'm trying to search myself and be 100% sure before I give any answer at all that I don't know what she's talking about. So that's why I said I don't remember saying anything like that. But after searching myself, I know for a 100% fact that never came out of my mouth. I don't know where she got that from. It was not from me, though. The previous things, yes, I did say. And so why would I admit some things and then lie about that one thing? I wouldn't. I'd tell the truth. I have no reason to lie to anyone.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to stay on the topic a little bit more about that. Now, who actually, because we know a lot of editing is done, right? Who actually mentioned about the pic first? Was it you or was it Letitia?
I did. I mentioned the pic first. Okay. And again, I didn't want to do that. So I'm happy that she was the one that they showed who mentioned it, because I had mentioned it. I had mentioned it at another function.
Oh, okay.
Only because I was forced to mention it. Because what do I do if I'm being called a liar? I have to defend myself. So they kind of forced me to come out with the truth. And I said a couple of things that night.
So there was things that was said that, can you reveal? Can you tell us what was said?
I'm not going to reveal it, but
Kiki, we're supposed to be having a good conversation here.
We are. I'm having a blast. But I'm just not. I don't want to be messy. That's not who I am. And if the show gave that impression, then I'm sorry about that. But at heart, that's not who I am. I'm not sitting up here trying to answer questions to, make their marriage look any worse than people already take it. I'm not trying to tear it down. That's not who I am. And if people, don't like that, I'm sorry. I can only do me and be me. That's it. So I'm giving you all of me.
Now, I understand the pic, and as a woman, if I see a butt pic in my husband's phone, and I have that phone in my hand, I'm not gonna nonchalantly say, well, I did my research. Like, what kind of research? Is your research to call the girl? Is your research to find out who this chick is and say, listen, you just came for an interview, but there's a butt pic in my phone, in my husband's phone? It's like, what's good, right?
Yeah.
I'm not understanding that. So
okay, so I'll expound on that a little bit more. She called me and she said, so this picture and his phone, and I don't know where it came from because it does not have the contact information. It has it only has an iCloud address. And so anyone who knows me, I'm the person that's gonna find out. I'm that not instigator, but I'm that investigator. You know, I'm that person who is gonna get to the bottom of the nitty gritty and find out anything that we possibly can. The detective, whatever you want to call me. So I get my computer and I say, okay, let's go to work. Who, is the phone carrier? She told me. I said, okay. Got to that page. Tisha, think, what could this password possibly be? Possibly. We tried a whole bunch of different things, and finally, bingo, we got one. I said, yes, we got one. That sent a sensation through my body. I loved it. So, not what he was doing, but I love that I cracked the code, basically. Mm-hmm. But I found the number. I searched the call logs to try to locate the date and the time that this was sent so that I could get more information about who sent it, so that we could possibly contact the woman who sent it and just see if we could find out some information, some additional information.
I have a question for you, though. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Marcel put it out there that it's an interview. If my husband is looking to employ someone, that application would need to be there, right? That application that person filled out, because he said she came for an interview. So that application, because we all know when we're filling out, when we're trying to get a job, we got to get all that information, right?
Yeah, surely.
Why wasn't that information around for you guys to look into it and said, let's go to the office or let's go to wherever he had the interview to say, hey, here's her application. Here's her phone number. Let's call her. This whole thing about, we were researching as a paralegal, it just doesn't sound right for me, because I know what
if I have a suspicion about my husband, as I've done before, I'm going to research. I'm going to research. That's how you found out the information.
But you don't, I just think that the research didn't need to be that much, because this is a woman that came in for an interview, correct?
Yeah, supposedly. I didn't believe that, but supposedly.
Okay. All right.
But there would have been no way. He was working at the movie theater at the time. There was, a boss over him. There was no way that we could break into the movie theater to find the applicant. No way. It's too secure for us to have done it. We would have gone to jail. There's no way.
So wait a minute. If she found a picture in his phone, was he not aware that she got his phone and found the picture?
No, I think he maybe left his phone by mistake or something like that. Or maybe I forget the full details, but it's something along that line.
Was it more than a booty pic that was in the phone?
I can only attest to a booty pic. That's it.
So you're not denying that you're not answering, huh? I get it.
I would say that if there were, then, they would have to answer that.
Okay, so you can't answer, because I know that we've heard another content creator gave full detail of what was in the phone, but I digress from that. My next question is, where is your relationship with Stormy? Seeing that she really dissed you really bad on the show, like, will you be addressing that situation?
Yeah, it was a soft diss. It wasn't really bad, because if it was really bad, you would have known. I would have most definitely addressed it right then, right there. I'm not going to ever let anyone diss me really bad and not respond. Ever. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. But she did give me like a little soft diss, a little shade, which is okay. I wanted to address it further. I just did not have the opportunity to again. So, when we see each other face to face, or when there's an opportunity to, I sure will.
Okay. Has Tisha ever said anything to you about Kimmy being sidekick for Maurice?
I'm sorry, I was reading the comment. How is he hearting a picture 14 years ago, though? I'm with you, girl.
Exactly, because Heart just came in 5 years ago, but we digress.
Right. So I commented on that. I'm like, nah, it wasn't that long ago. But if that's what that's your story, stick to it. So I'm sorry, I was reading another one. What was your question
Go ahead.
again?
Do you want to answer that question right
It says,
there?
can Kiki tell us how she feels about how Letitia took her ideas, like the podcast, like they were her own ideas? You know what? We did have an agreement. All of these years, Tisha always known I've always wanted to do speaking, and I felt like my being a professor at a university had given me the stepping stools that I needed to push me up into being a speaker. So one of the ways that I wanted to get out there was a thought of a podcast. And I told Tisha, and she would push me, have you done your podcast? You working on your podcast? And I'm like, no, not yet. I'm trying to figure out, a game plan or what I want to talk about. And, I can get really stagnant and lost in my mind sometimes because I like things to be perfect and done the right way. I'm very particular about things. So I had not come up with a scheme of how I wanted to format it just yet. And she came to me and she said, hey, you want to do a podcast together? I said, yeah, sure, that'd be a great idea. And next thing I knew, 3 weeks later, she was like, oh, hey, will you listen to my podcast? I was like, you did it already? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I thought we were going to do it together. And she was like, well, Kiki, you procrastinate too much, which is true. I do procrastinate. However, she had not given me an opportunity to procrastinate. I heard about it that one time. Next thing I know, she was doing it. So that was something I had to kick myself in the butt for because I should have done it myself. That's nobody's fault but my own. I should have done it. I said I wanted to do it. I should have gotten out there and done it. So I applaud her for having the guts to at least go for it and do something that I didn't. However, other people came back and said, Kiki, we told you a million times stop telling that damn girl stuff, and you just keep doing it. I got to kick myself in the butt for that too.
Okay.
So
All right. Do you remember? These are some questions that my subs gave me, but this is one of them. Do you remember when you were confronted by Kimmy for telling the truth about her and Tisha talking about Melody? How do you feel about that now that you are being made into the bad guy for doing the same thing?
I resent that. I don't like it, and I think that it is she's putting out a misconception because I know that she's putting out a misconception because that's not the way that it went at all. That's a lie. It's a purebred lie. That's not how it went. That's not how it was meant to go. Now I can tell you exactly how it meant, and if they would play the truth instead of one little clip that they show when the conversation had already been started 10 minutes post, I'm like, rewind it 5 minutes and let's see that conversation. Let's see how Stormy is, saying all this stuff about Tisha and how she's not a good friend and, saying Kimmy doesn't deserve that. Kimmy needs to let her go, yada, 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 and how Kimmy responds to that. Versus when I start to give the background about me and, Letitia, you coming to me saying, well, we're not gonna have a let's bash Tisha moment. That wasn't what I was trying to do. Number one. Number two, why didn't you just say that when she was saying the stuff that she said?
Right.
Why she was cowering to you?
Right.
Why didn't you address that thing?
Right.
And then you go on to say that I brought it up first. No, ma'am. No, I did not. In production, they're tricky, but I see them. I see them.
You see them.
I see them. I see them wholeheartedly. I see them. Because they most definitely should have played the content right before I got up and said what I said. I mean, come on, y'all, think about it. Yeah. Who is just gonna stand up in the middle of a party and say, my first cousin is Tisha, and we have who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
Y'all don't think of something said before. Come on, man.
We see what they're trying to do. We see what production is trying to do.
Right. So it's like, I'll take it. But no, I'm coming back. I'll take it though. I'm a big girl.
I noticed that Maurice really protects Letitia a lot. Like he protects her. Do you feel Maurice favors Tisha has anything to do with Tisha's loyalty to Kaiwa?
No, not at all. I honestly don't even think that she has a loyalty to Kaiwa, to tell you the truth. I don't see that. But I would say that Maurice is a very fair and level-headed person. And most of the time, Maurice is going to be the one that's going to stand up for right, even through his own biasness. Mm-hmm. I can say that. Maurice, that's my guy. I like Maurice a lot. Out of all of Marshall's siblings, there's two that I love the most, and that's his sister Millicent. That's my boo, and Maurice. That's my homeboy.
So you don't believe the whole sex party at the Credit One is true?
We knew that they would go to Credit One and hang out. My house at that time was like 2 minutes from Credit One. I stayed on the opposite side of the highway on that same street, so we passed by there all the time, and we see the guys' cars. We knew what was going on. They would always get together and drink and talk shit or whatever, or they'd go somewhere and shoot pool, or and like they said, that was the reason for the whole concept behind Black. They wanted somewhere to hang out. So I don't believe that there were any sex parties at all. Now, could there have been a sneaky link to slide through every now and again that we maybe missed? Possibly. Who knows? But
a sneaky link. No. A sneaky link.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. I hear that.
Putting it out there. That could be the truth. Then it could not be the truth. So.
I mean, I was listening to Carlos King and Dustin, and they had some very good. Very good. We love Dustin because he's a millimeter, okay? But he had some things to say about you in terms of the reason why you're coming in so hard is because you're trying to secure a spot on the show. Do you believe that concept of you is right?
Oh, absolutely. Why would I come on if I weren't? Absolutely.
So you're just gonna admit it.
I've always wanted to do TV. That's no secret.
Right.
My undergraduate degree is in media, in television, film, and with a concentration in performance. That's why we were so excited when Tisha and Mel, when they all got the opportunity to do TV, because I knew that I was going to come on the show eventually. I knew that. I was always around, they knew me. I knew that I was going to be a part of the show. It was just a process of when. I could have come on really before I did, but I avoided it because I didn't want to be in the middle of the Mel and Tisha mess, because I was already in the middle enough behind the scenes. Okay. So I wanted to wait until things had died down between them to avoid that. And I'll be damned. I came on this, season because I thought that Tisha and Melody had gone to a good place. They had made the truth. Melody was coming to Tisha events. Tisha was going to Melody events. They were being cordial. And lo and behold, here we go. Christmas party. Tisha's not invited. Damn. Here we go.
But let me ask you this though, and in all fairness, do you think that the Scotts are dragging this out and just to keep the heat off them?
Say that one more time.
Do you think that the Scotts are dragging this? Oh, you're trying to ruin my marriage. Because in reality, Mel didn't say anything. It was her ex-husband that made that comment. But it's funny that the ex-husband is forgiven for the one thing that he said. Mel didn't say anything, but Mel is not forgiven.
Right.
You're holding this over her, and for what?
Well, what you see play out there is you see a man versus another man, and a woman, two emotional women. And women are not as easy to forgive women, for something that they've done, especially relating to their relationship. That's why I said earlier, I don't know if I would tell.
Mel didn't do anything. This started, and if I'm correct, this started season 1. Mel paid for them to have a beautiful spa day.
Yes.
And that's when Letitia said, well, we started to feel like you're being bougie. And
yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the one remark that her ex-husband said, he's forgiving, he's a part of the family. And Mel, you're dragging this out and making it look like Mel was the one who said this. Like, make that make sense. Like,
well, let me say this too. Not only, Marceau's really responsible for forgiving Martell. So once Marceau was cool with Martell, Tisha didn't have a choice but to say, okay. Tisha is the one responsible for forgiving Melody, and that's just not gonna happen. She took it to heart. Now,
but why? But see, Kiki, why?
That's what I was just about to get into. There are some things that some ways that Letitia feels, and some things that she feels Melody did to her that are unforgivable.
What are they? Because
that's not my place.
If we're following the show and we're going from season 1 to the season that we are now, I have seen Mel take accountability for this whole mess. Apologize to her time and time.
I agree.
Well, Mel, I accept it, and now we can move on. I saw that on the reunion of season 2. She keeps saying, I forgive you, I'm gonna move on. Is there something that the fans don't know that's causing her to hold on to this thing that is nothing?
There are a lot of things that the fans don't know. I'm not saying a lot of things based on things that Melody did that's factual, but I do know there are some things that Tisha feels some kind of way about that she says that Melody did.
What? Can you tell us? Because we're not.
No, she has to tell that. That's her beef. She has to tell it.
There ain't no beef. She's beefing by herself.
Right, but she says that she's told it before. Nobody's listening to her. So what I can say is this is not my beef. It's her. So I don't have the authority or the right to, display that information or expose that information.
Did she say what it was on the show? Because, I mean, all the millimeters know we're going to go watch all the season to find out. Did she say it on the show?
Oh, let me think. Because I'm so behind on the show. It's ridiculous. Can I get an outside opinion of somebody who really watches the show?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Let me think. Aubrey. Give me 1 minute. Aubrey, let me see your phone. Okay, we're coming. Well, I'm coming.
Take your time. Because I don't know, guys. Did you guys see anything on the show that caused Letitia, hi cutie, to despise Mel this much? Yeah, guys, put a 1 if you've seen anything that Mel did that caused Letitia to be holding on to this. Put a 1, guys.
Hey, I'm not gonna say your name, okay? But know that I'm on an interview and I'm calling you to ask you some questions while I'm on this interview, okay?
Okay.
All right. So the question to me is, what are the things that Melody have done to Letitia to cause her to be mad? Out. You hungry?
I'm sorry, you said it?
Okay, I'm sorry. What are the things that that causes Letitia to be angry with Melody for the things that she's done to her as it relates to her marriage? I'm way behind on the show. So do you know of anything? Has she exposed?
Or Tisha, what season?
Has she exposed anything?
What season?
Huh?
What season was it?
Has she exposed anything that Melody has actually done to her? Any details? And what season? If so, what season was it?
I can't necessarily say that Melody. It was kind of. I think it was like season 1 where it all started.
Right.
Because Martell might have mentioned something about 20 women or something. So Melody and Tisha had a sit down.
Right.
And when they had that sit down, they were kind of just going back and forth talking. And Tisha was just like, well, I know my husband's not cheating. And, Mel was like, well, basically, are you sure? So.
And she told her to roll up. But
you need to roll up with your husband, drop your kids off and roll up on your husband to see what he's doing at the bar.
But see, all of those were just insinuations. Is there anything factually that Tisha has said that Mel has done to her to try to ruin her marriage?
No.
No? Okay.
No, not that I recall.
Okay.
Exactly.
And that's all that I wanted. I just wanted to ask you that.
Thank you, caller.
She said, "Thank you, caller." Thanks, babe. Bye. I love you.
See, Kiki.
Okay. So I didn't want to answer that wrong because I'm not as caught up on the show as I like to be. So I don't think they've shown anything that Melody has done factually. Neither do I know factually that she's done anything. I just know some of the things that my cousin says that she's done. And again, she has to expose those things. And I don't know if she has on different interviews or
has
what
not.
have you.
She has not. As a faithful fan since day one. And I watch these shows repeat. I keep watching episodes. I will be on the own channel just rewatching stuff. There has been nothing that Mel has done to any of these women for them to say, let's hate her. They talk so much about Black woman empowerment. Here is a Black woman going through something as dramatic that your husband was a part of because he was paying for that trifling. Oh, let me be nice. He was paying for that young lady's car. And you're not upset at anything else, but you're upset with Mel so much that you can't let go.
And I understand that. And another reason why I don't want to say is because I have talked to these things with Letitia, and I've also talked about these things with Melody. Tisha says, this is 100% true. Melody says 100% not true. So I don't want to put things out about Melody and then people start taking it as truth and they take off with it. So if anyone puts it out, that's not going to be on my back. I'm not going to start rumors that could or could not possibly be true.
Well, I wouldn't say rumors.
That's what it will turn into. Anything that we say turns into exactly that. Even things that are not true at all, it turns into exact. People take it and run with it. It's crazy to watch it. I mean, I've had bed bugs and everything. So they say.
So they say.
I've never had bed bugs. They probably gonna take that clip and say, "See, she admitted it."
Yeah. How do you feel about your aunt and this new woman that we don't know and we will not promote? And if she comes on the show, it will definitely be a blackout. How do you feel about your aunt? Keep saying, "I'm just defending my daughter. I'm defending my daughter," as if to make it seem as if Mel don't have a mama. She's someone's daughter too. How do you feel about that?
I feel like she needs to stay in her place and allow her daughter to fight her own battles. She can very well do that. Tisha is not scared to fight her own battles, and she can do it. So I feel like she needs to leave it alone and let these women iron out their issues and differences.
Now, I was listening to Aunt Ann, and we love Aunt Ann. Shout out to Aunt Ann.
I know. Hey, Aunt Ann.
I know there was a couple of questions that was put to you, and your response to them was, you will not discuss Melody unless production have you bringing up.
No, didn't say that. We cleared that up on Aunt Ann. I didn't say that. What I said was, it's a difficult situation to be put into when you're on a show with someone. But I will not engage in that at all. I will do my best to try not to engage in that at all. I mean, honestly, I have no reason to bring Mel's name up in a negative way. So if I am bringing her name up, then I'm talking about something that's good and positive. So I'm really not worried about that, honestly.
Okay, so I guess we can be safe that no conversation, well, there shouldn't be any conversation about Mel. We're sick and tired of people using Mel to continue to be as an escape to be on the show. We're tired of it. And my next question to you is, are you excited about being on the show?
I am. I have been excited about being on the show. Let me say that. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I have been. You know, I was, especially after this drama kind of goes, I was not excited about the drama because my intentions were completely twisted around. I didn't like that. I didn't like that the show was kind of giving people the impression that I was someone that I was not. I didn't like that either. I've never been shady. I've never been a two-faced kind of friend. I have a lot of friends, and they will all tell you that. You know, and a lot of people, you know, would say, well, you know, my circle's small, blah, blah, blah. No, I have a big community of friends, a large circle, because I've always been the type of friend to look out for my friends. I love my friends wholeheartedly, and I'm gonna ride with my girls. I'm not gonna go to another and share information, you know, about the other. I am quite skilled at doing that because I have history in doing that. So I get that. But when they're on the show together, that's what makes it difficult.
I have a question from the chat. So Common Sense says, Ebony, please ask why isn't Tisha mad at Marceau for getting coleslaw cars fixed for Marcel? Why isn't she mad at that?
She should be. I actually hope that she was more than mad. I hope that she was furious. You know, I hope that she was bewildered, angry. I hope that behind the scenes, she cursed Marceau the hell out for that. Because not only is that a strike against Melody and Martell's marriage, that's also a strike against ours. Because that's you supporting this whole cheating stuff. And if you'll support it, I'm kind of weary about what you'll do.
I'm just trying to figure out that they're so upset at a woman who left a situation that was so toxic.
Yeah.
And instead of praising her, not praising her, but say, you
know, because I'm so proud of her.
I'm so proud of you for
right.
For they're
How
all
can you not be?
her.
Look at this chick. This chick left this guy who was doing her super dirty. Left him with nothing. Built it all back and then some. I said, girl, if you ain't the shit, you better go. I absolutely love her story. I love what she's done. I love how she's become this amazing go-getter woman. I'm about giving women their props when props are due.
Absolutely.
You know? So I'm very proud of her for what she's done. That's amazing.
I have another question for you. It's from Uppity. Why do you think Carlos said that you are playing both sides at the reunion?
Well, he didn't say that. He asked if I was being, if I felt like I was being a double agent. And that's because, you know, Tisha had revealed that I discussed some things with her. And I had, in fact, discussed some of those things with her. Not the thing about the courthouse. I don't know where she get that from. But I had, in fact, discussed two of the prior things that she said with her. But the thing is Melody already knew about it. She and I had already talked about it. This was no secret to her. She knew already. Because like I said, I like to be 100% transparent. So I'm not going to go and tell Tisha that Melody said something that I didn't already talk to Melody about, get the okay, or, you know, go back and tell Melody and discuss it with her. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be transparent on both sides because I don't want to be caught up in any shit. So look, this is what was said, okay? So everybody knows. So we're all clear. And that's what I did say.
My next question is, we understand this whole thing with, you know, Mel and Martell. We know it's a dead issue. We're going to stop using it. But do you honestly believe that your cousin did not know about the affair until Mel found out about it?
Oh, most definitely.
You believe that?
Yes, 100%. So because Marceau is very, just come on now. Look, come on. I don't want to say that, but come on now. You think she knew about another man's affair with his wife? Come on. Think about that.
I don't know.
No.
It's
look. How can I say it?
Oh.
If you don't sweep around your own front door, how you gonna come and sweep around mine? Like, I'm just saying, no.
Where are my mods when I need them? Where's my mod? I'm looking for my mods because I guess someone don't like me. I don't trust I don't trust this gal in Jamaican. Okay. I don't know what that means, but yes, I'm a proud Jamaican, and don't get it twisted because I will drag you for filth. Okay. Thank you. But what was my next question? I had so much. In the meantime, is there anything else that you'd want us to know? Like, what are you working on right now?
I am working on, I think I said this earlier, working on my authorship, working on putting my face out there a little bit more to become a motivational speaker and follow that track. I'm working in this new educational environment where I'll be teaching online at Rose Academy. And I'm teaching with people from all across the country, people from the UK. I'll be teaching with people from Australia, and it's amazing just getting to see the different teaching techniques and hear about the different educational forms and values in other countries, different places. That's really cool. I didn't think that I'd go back into education because I was just really tired of teaching, but I'll be teaching creative writing, and that's something I have not done before that I'm interested in doing and seeing how it goes. And of course, the show, and we'll see how that goes.
Absolutely.
If I'm on the next season.
Do you believe that the family or your family has Letitia on a pedestal, and tiptoe around her feelings of, how she feels about things? Because she seems very spoiled.
Tisha is spoiled by everybody, even me. She is spoiled. Even though she's actually 2 weeks older than me. But she just has such a sensitive type nature that maybe people do spoil her, or I wouldn't say put her on a pedestal, but definitely cater to her feelings and try to make sure that she's not offended by anything.
Someone said, I said what I said, sis. She's being messy and playing both sides, keeping the drama going between Melody and Letitia. What's your thought on that?
I can say, girl, believe whatever the heck you want to believe. If that's your belief, that's all you can see, then you can't see much. But okay.
Okay,
Listen,
so the question
this is my thing. I'm not mad at people. I have very thick skin. I am 100% okay with people thinking what they want to think. I am extremely confident. You're not, it's going to be hard for you to find a more confident woman than me. So I welcome it. Say what you want to say. Think what you want to think. Feel how you want to feel. I'm sorry. If you like to be wrong, then be wrong. And that's okay with me.
Okay.
That's 100% okay with me.
Oh, okay. We hear you. She's like, you're coming for people today.
I'm only telling the truth. That's it. People see what they see, and they think because of a 30-minute clip. No, not 30 minutes. I'm sorry. They think because they see a 30-second clip that they can call you out and know who you are. No, ma'am. You have no idea. Everyone around me, they know the truth, and they disagree. So if everyone around me knows the truth, and they disagree, and they hold me to a higher standard, they're going to tell me the truth. They ain't going to lie about it. If they don't see what you see, I ain't worried about what you see, honey.
Well, I am excited to see what your role will be on the show. As you know, again, I'm looking to see a family with you, not just Kiki. We need to see like Kiki family children if we need to see children. I do have people in the back who wants to ask you some question. Do you mind?
No, not at all.
All right, I'm going to bring them up.
But let me expand a little bit. Because, girl, if I wanted to keep the mess going with Tisha and I mean, make it make sense. If I wanted to keep the mess going with them, do you know how much damage I could have done and could do? And you really think that's my agenda? Girl, wake up and smell the roses that are in your face, honey.
I hear you. I do have... Did she get it? Okay, let's see. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, it's me, Angie.
Hey, Angie. Do you have a question for Kiki?
Hey, Angie.
Hi, Kiki. I just met you on Ants.
Hey, hey again.
You see my emoji, right? I'm winking, and I said, "Did she get the job?"
I do. Yes, I had a great conversation with you. Not even an hour ago.
You know what the title on my name is? Is "Did she get the job?"
Did she get the job? So you got the job.
That's good. That was hilarious. That was a good one. That was good.
That was all Martell, though.
Yeah,
They can't
that
blame
was
it
a
on
good one.
me. That's Martell.
That's him.
Okay.
That was a good
Jason,
shot, though.
we
It
have
made all of
Jason.
us laugh.
We have
Right?
Jason in the building. Do you have a question for Kiki?
Yes, I do.
Go
Can you
ahead
hear me,
with your
Kiki?
question. Yes, go ahead.
Ebony, first of all, I love you.
Ah, thank you.
And Kiki, I really enjoyed your mother on Aunt Anne's show
Thank
today.
you.
Yes.
Thank you so
My
much.
question is to you is I understand that Letitia is your cousin and you're trying to keep the peace. In doing so, why? Just because she's your cousin? Because see, we can have family that is not blood related to us. Because sometimes your blood can do you worse than anybody else.
Right.
My question is, why do you feel so much loyalty to Letitia when they have absolutely no loyalty to you?
Wow.
Oh my
They
God.
will throw you under the bus. And this is my thing. Now I'm speaking to you. I'm gonna tell you straight up, baby. I'm probably could be your grandmother. I'm that old.
I hear you. Yes, ma'am.
So the thing of it is, when you're asked a question straight up, and you go all the way around the mulberry bush and back, and we still don't get a clear answer, it makes people look at you side eye. And I understand that you're trying to keep it clean, for your relationship with them. But the best way to gain respect from anybody, not just from the community, but from anybody, is to always be honest, because we know firsthand,
yes, ma'am, I agree,
that Mel has not done anything to your cousin. And then for you to sit up there and say, well, I can't say what she said that Mel has done. It would be best if you say, I know personally, I don't know anything personally that Mel has done to Letitia. But whatever Letitia has, because Letitia goes on and Mel's trying to ruin my marriage. Mel's trying to ruin my marriage. Letitia sticks up for her marriage and always saying that. Marceau has not one time in all of these seasons, online and off, has ever stood up for his marriage. Not at all. So it's just crazy that people just keeps going after this woman, And the best way, and when they ask you that question on stage and you was like, I don't remember, that's a hell no. I ain't said nothing like that. I ain't told you nothing like that. And I don't care. Like, you got to be like this. If you really love your cousin, you got to be straight up honest with her. Let her husband continue to lie to her. But as a cousin who says, I love you, tell her the truth. Because her mama and her husband gonna lie. But you got to come clean and correct, because it's about your reputation at the end of the day. And now you got them using you, making you look like a fool and straddling a fence. You see what I'm saying? Because you're trying to keep that loyalty to them. But the best loyalty you could give your cousin is the truth. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. And you know what? It's funny. You saying the same things to me that my mom have said to me, or that my mom has said to me. That's not the first time that I've heard that. And I agree with much of that. But people, if you're not in the predicament, it's so much harder to understand.
No, it ain't. Not on this. No, it ain't.
It is, because when your feelings are tied into it, and your purpose is really not to offend, sometimes it's I want to be 100% truthful, and I have been. For example, like when she asked, what things specifically have Mel done? I don't want to put those things that Letitia shared with me out there, because I don't want them to catch wind and start to grow when they're not true.
Well, this is what you say to answer that question.
But Mel has said no.
Well, this is what you say. Hold on, baby. This is what you say to answer that question, because by you not answering it, you still put stuff out there because you're saying, I don't want to say what Letitia said. So in the back of our minds, that's saying, okay, it's something there. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of you just saying, I personally don't know anything that Mel has done. Because Letitia, at the end of the day, I think a lot of us Black women are getting upset, especially who have seen it from jump. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have been watching this show from jump. A lot of us really, it pisses us off because we see people going for this woman, and the only reason why they're going for her because she ain't crumbled. Now, if Letitia gonna be mad at somebody, why she ain't mad at her husband for fixing that woman's car? Why she ain't mad at her husband for taking the other woman money? You understand what I'm saying? Why she not mad about that? Because at first you're supposed to be, women supposed to stick together.
Right. I agree.
But this girl will fall. It's okay. If Letitia wants to stick in her marriage, that's okay. But and nobody wants to see a marriage crumble or a family crumble.
Right.
Nobody wants to see that. Our problem is with Letitia is my husband doesn't cheat on me. My husband has never cheated on me. My husband has never did this. That's not my husband. He wouldn't do that. I've been with my husband since I was 15 years old. It'll be 43 years married in April. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've never been faced with infidelity, but I guarantee you, I bet you dollars to donuts, I'm not going to tell you that man will never cheat.
I'm not either. I feel you.
I'm gonna tell you what I would do.
Right.
But I'm not gonna say I would never cheat. And that's the problem that people have with Letitia. She stands so strong on this marriage that she thinks people want, when the man that she's married to don't even want the marriage. So what we're saying when it comes to this stuff with Mel, Kiki, because when you came, I was like, okay, I like Kiki. And you got to make it clear to people, because a lot of people still going around and don't even know that Mel knew you before she knew your cousin.
Right.
Y'all got to make that clear.
Because they just want to believe something different. I don't understand that, but it's like,
but because you guys don't make it clear. When you're talking, you don't make it clear.
But we do, they just cut so much out. We do. I've made it clear on the interviews, but I've made it clear in the chats, on Facebook groups. People still take what they want to say.
I'm sorry, Yemi, that I'm not I did ask a question, but I'm trying to say what I want to say. I'm sorry, Yemi, that you're upset that I'm not just asking straight a question. My question is, I need Kiki to be clear, to not ride the fence. That's my question, Yemi.
Okay.
That's your statement.
Why aren't you always clear, Kiki? Because I really like you. I really do.
I love Kiki.
I try to be as clear as I possibly can. I really do. And I try to provide as much detail as I can so that people get it. But some things are just not my place to say.
Then don't ad-lib on it, because that, we start like thinking
it's gonna have us thinking, Kiki. I think that's what she's trying to say. It's gonna have us thinking like, okay.
And I get that. So don't say things that could possibly get your wheels turning in a direction that could make people start to assume and make up things.
Yes.
I get that. I get
that. Okay.
Yes.
And I respect that. And thank you for that feedback as well, because I'm not obliged to people disagreeing. I'm not.
Right.
I actually want to hear people and what they have to say, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to be a better who I am. And if I'm going to be on this show, then I want to be better at it. And I don't want to offend people by putting things out there that I can't, expound on. So I respect that 100%. And thank you for that as well.
And I'm just going to say this last thing to you. This is probably, and I'm probably sure a lot of other people, I am a civil rights investigator. So I listen to what's not being said.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm trained for. I'm in law enforcement. I'm trained for what's not being said. So that's when we start going around. But I just want to say that I love you. I love your mother.
We love you. We love Kiki.
We do. We could tell you was raised very, very, very well.
Educated.
Don't be so stuck on because this is my cousin and I'm trying to try. If they not treating you the way you should be treated, it's okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just being real. It's okay. Because I do
honestly,
understand you trying to like, I don't want to hurt them and I don't want to hear no flack soon as I hang up and this and that and this and that. But if you just be real and don't get, if you don't want to answer, just say, I can't answer that.
Because honestly, y'all, my heart tugs at things.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hurt anybody. That's not my goal or my purpose.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And you know, I also try to take, you know, the approach that God would want me to take in the situation. I think about my spirituality. I think about my parents not being embarrassed by what I'm portraying on TV. But I also think about myself, you know, and I'm just trying to get the message out the best way I can without drama and conflict. You know, so people are tired of seeing all this drama and conflict, and I'm tired.
Exactly. So I don't know. For me, if I know I have my friend. My friend and my cousin was my best friend, I would stay neutral. Like, you know what? If you're going to come and talk to me about her, I don't want to hear it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it at all. Like, we're not here for that. Let's talk about us. We're together. And then when we're with Mel, I'll talk about what was Mel. But I do have LaJean who has a question for you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hi, Kiki. Hi, everyone.
LaJean.
This is coming from Detroit now. And I have family all through Huntsville and through Montgomery.
All through Detroit.
Okay, so I just want to commend you, number one, for recovery. And number two, is there something more so maybe holding over you that keeps you kind of like neutral and not really spilling all the beans that you know?
No, the only thing that they both and myself and my husband hold over me is the fact that one, I'm not trying to, you know, stir up any more problems than there has to be, and two, our kids. You know, our kids are all so close, and I don't want. They hang over here all the time. My kids are over there.
And I understand that.
So I don't want to be looked at by the kids as, you know, and they call me Auntie Kiki, responsible for, you know, tearing my mom and my dad apart. Right. She said this about my mom and my dad, and it affects the kids' friendships. There's just so many angles, y'all, that I have to look at. This alone has caused my whole entire dad side of my family to become in an uproar and talk about having a family meeting. It affects so many people.
But you know what, Kiki? Like, what upsets me about them is that they didn't think about that when the Holtz children, when that happened. Like, they were doing things behind their back to destroy that marriage. And what about those children?
And you know what I mean?
That's what makes me different. That's what makes me different from them. I didn't appreciate how your aunt act with Mel. I mean,
I didn't appreciate how she acted with me. I agree.
Yeah,
I didn't agree with that either. I didn't like that, Kiki.
I mean, we all adults.
Yeah, I didn't agree. I didn't agree
with a lot of things
that my aunt did.
Oh, we have Laurel. Laurel, do you have a question for Kiki? I think you're on mute. Laurel?
Well, can I ask her my question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. My question was, you brought up the chats, Kiki. You brought up the chat. Did you ever see that picture floating around that they talk about?
Which one? The picture
the supposedly baby daddy.
No.
Okay.
No. Who's baby daddy? Number one.
I don't. That's supposedly. You know, I don't like to bring up children, but but what was discussed on the reunion part 2.
No. And I mean, that's something that we shouldn't even give wind to. That's
right. Okay.
Stuff like that. I hate when people put stuff like that out, and then it gains traction and starts to
Yeah.
pick up. And then people who don't like her start to say it and believe it. I hate that.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And you know why I asked? Because when Kimmy was talking about it in the reunion, what your cousin did was go like did she said yes with her head. Like she said yes, and then she said in the chats, and I said, oh wow, so you are in the chats. That made me think like, so you know what they're talking about. And that was just my question.
Yeah, but let me say this too. Sometimes we're not in the chats because so often I don't read the chat. So often I'm not even on social media, and a lot of people will be like, where's Kiki? Y'all, I be busy. I be doing stuff. I don't be having time to get on social media. So I'll check things when I can. But a lot of people call me and tell me this is what's going on. A lot of people send me screenshots, all of that. So when people call me, they keep me in the loop with what's going on social media.
Okay.
So I think I know it's pretty much the same for her, because she is so sensitive that she couldn't take a lot of things that people were saying. So she started to block different things and not look at different things. I'm completely different. I'm a big girl and I can take it. I will tell anybody.
Does anyone have any questions for Kiki regarding Kiki herself, like what's going on with her, what she's doing, what she's bringing to the forefront?
I have one more from Tay. Ebony, can I ask?
Sure.
Okay. She said to ask ask Kiki what Tisha and Marcel is so scared of her telling. What are they so scared of you telling, I guess?
That epic scene that I asked you about, but Marcel, go ahead, tell it. He does it better than me.
I'm sorry. I know y'all hear this dog. Every interview he be just messing up. Hold on 1 minute, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, Aubrey.
Sorry, Eb.
Eb, I'm gonna drop back down in the chat. Thank you so much. This JT.
Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep it from over here, though.
All right, we've been on here for almost an hour, so.
Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, keep him from doing all that.
I think you have one more question. I think that was it.
Okay, that was all the questions?
Yeah, I think so.
Did she kiss the child? That's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad I had you on here so you can clean up, certain things that's being said. People trying to, make you look like you're the bad guy, that you're going to be, probably pushing Mel under the bus. No, we're hoping that's not
who I am.
Eb, they're asking to drop the link.
To Mel, I talked to her a few times today. Talked to her a few times yesterday. That's my girl. The only way that I would go against Mel is if she went against me in some kind of way. That's it. I'm gonna defend myself. I tell anybody that. I'm gonna defend Kiki.
You know what? You remember that Mel had posted something on her feed, and I had inboxed her to say, are you okay? She did respond to me and said, I'm okay, but she was crying, like doing the ugly cry.
Yeah.
But to console her and talk to her, it's when the Stormy mom called her a garden tool. Were you?
Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. So were you?
That's not her real mom, though. So let's not give that light. You know what I mean? Let's not give that light. Let's not give it life.
No, it's not. I wouldn't.
It's not her real mom.
No, it's her adopted mother, so it doesn't count to me.
But, that's I'm sure that's difficult to take coming from any mother.
Yes.
Wow. That's difficult to take. So I empathize with her on that, because I wouldn't want to have to deal with that either. I wouldn't.
Oh, we have let's see, Laurel, she's back. She wants to ask you a question. Go ahead, Laurel.
Okay. Hey, Laurel.
Hi, Kiki. I wanted to ask you just a little bit more about your background. So,
that's what we want.
Yeah, just to get an understanding of the whole dynamic as a group. So, did you met Melody first?
Yes, I met Melody back in, I think, 2006, 7, something like that. Yeah, I met her first.
And did you all go to college together, or what was?
We did. She was in the undergraduate program when I was in the graduate program, and we were both English majors. My graduate degree is in English and secondary education, and her undergraduate degree is in English as well.
Okay. And so then she met Tisha. Y'all
Yes.
Did y'all all go to school at the same time?
Let me think. I don't think Tisha graduated. Now, the first time I went in 2000 and graduated in 04. Tisha came in 01 and she graduated in 05. I think Mel came, I think they missed each other. And we saw each other because I went back for my master's, so I was still there.
Okay, gotcha.
So I think now Martell, we went to school together. We did because I've known Martell the longest.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, because he's a little older than
Yeah.
Melody, right?
Mm-hmm. Besides,
Oh, okay.
Tisha, I've known him the longest. That's who I met.
All right.
So did Maurice knew Martell first, or because did Maurice go to college there? Or how did
He
he get?
did, but
Oh,
Maurice is a little bit older than us, so I didn't know Maurice in school. I think he was gone before I came.
okay. And Marcel went as well.
Yes, Marshall went as well. Now I was in school. Me, Tisha, and Marshall, we were all in school together, and Marcel too. We were all in school together.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I was just trying to understand the dynamic of it, of how you
Talk with
all got
Selena. Do you want
together.
to come up? Hold on, guys. Talk with Selena. Do you want to come up and ask Kiki any question? There's the link. We have Lexi.
I don't know why he can't pass, the exam. He's probably not buckling down and studying like he should.
Laurel, he ain't never gonna pass that builder's license. He ain't never gonna pass that. Do you have any more questions for Kiki, Laurel?
Just what do you have coming up next? Or are you starting any businesses of your own? Or first and foremost, are you gonna be shooting the new season of the show and staying on?
You know what? That is the question of the day. We'll see. You gotta watch and see.
Okay.
Kiki, I have a question for you from the chat. You want me to read it to you?
Sure.
Go ahead.
It says, with Wanda being so verbally abusive.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. It's going fast. How is it that you are able to just look past it, especially when she mentioned your grandfather and mother negatively?
What I do is I respond to it. She's let me say this. Wanda, she knows that if she comes at me negatively, I'm a bite back. I believe in, if you want to be respected, then you give respect. Respect begets respect. Okay? So I do not sit and just let Wanda talk to me any kind of way. Neither would I. And she'll tell you herself. She said to me one day, like, I know, she said this before we filmed. She was like, now I know you know how I am, and you more like me than Tisha is. I know that if I say something crazy, you gonna come back and say something else. But you know me, I'm gonna say something even crazy, then you gonna say something even crazy, then I'm gonna go real low, then you gonna go real low. And it's the truth. Okay. So she was like, all right, so we not gonna go real low because Wanda already know. I would tap that ass real low. Drop it to the floor. I ain't scared. I ain't never been scared. And if somebody doesn't show me, it'll get worse than that back from me. I don't care who it is.
There's a question in the chat. Does Wanda attack your kids too?
No. Heck no. You think I would let somebody attack my kids? Absolutely not. You attack my kids, you see a whole different Kiki.
So do you think that Mel did the right thing, not confronting her, but telling her, like, why were you talking about my children online?
Yeah, because if she would have done that, said something like that about my kids, I would have most definitely confronted it.
Okay.
She said one thing like that, just something, like she went back and lied to my husband after we filmed and said, your Kiki was over there talking real bad about you. I was like, what the fuck would you lie? I'm sorry. Why would you lie to my husband and tell him that some BS like that? That's not what, I didn't say anything like that. And she's like, oh, you must mistook me. I didn't say anything like that. Okay. Don't cause any problems with me and my husband. over a lie. Don't do that. That's not
Wow.
Let's
She
see.
goes that low?
If she will say, put out a lie and say that I was supposed to be aborted, how much lower can you get?
Oh my God, your mother clearing that up on Aunt was amazing. She
Right.
has the most amazing voice.
Yes, she does.
She does.
She does.
You know, my mom was really supposed to be in show business, but you know, when she had her daughters and you know my brother, she had to raise her kids, so she didn't get to go fully into it.
Mm-hmm. You guys should open up. You guys should get a YouTube channel, Kiki.
Right. I should.
Right.
Let me hurry up, because next thing I know, Tisha will be popping up with one.
I should have kept that to myself, huh? I shouldn't have said it out loud.
Debbie Bonton has a question.
Okay.
Go ahead, Debbie.
Hi, Kiki. Hi, Ebony the best.
Hi.
You're great. Love your show. Kiki, I just have one question for you. What's the secret that you know, Marsau know, and the secret that will hurt Tisha?
The secret that will hurt her? In terms of what? Like,
I have no idea. What is it that you know that you and Marsau have a secret about that she doesn't know that will hurt her?
Oh, no. I don't know anything that she doesn't know. Everything that I know, she knows as well.
Oh, okay.
Me and Marsau have no secrets at all between just he and I. No secrets.
Is it a secret that he has or anything that you know he have done that will hurt her?
Anything that I know that he's done, I've told her. So I didn't get much of a reaction from her. So I don't think so. No.
I have a question for you. Marsau said something on the reunion that he used to pick you up.
Yeah, Marie said that.
Marie said, where was he picking you up from?
Okay, so one night, I was intoxicated. I got into a terrible argument with my husband, and he took my keys and he wouldn't let me drive. And so he tried to keep me in the house, and anybody knows me, I'm very headstrong and strong-willed, and you ain't gonna tell me what to do, period. And so I left the house walking anyway. Okay, fine, don't give me my keys, I'll walk. And I called Marsau and I said, will you come and get me? I'm walking on such and such. I need you to come and pick me up and take me. He knew a guy at the Westin at that time, because that's when he was working at Monaco. I said, come and pick me up. Take me to the Westin so I can get a room for the night. Amin then took my keys. He won't let me have them. Next thing I know, Marsau pulled up, and 2 minutes later, Amin pulled up, and then they got my mama on the phone, and I was pissed. So at that time, I'm trying to fight my husband and Marsau. And, he told my mom, he was like, your daughter out here looking like a pretty crackhead. And that was terrible. But yeah, that's what he's talking about. He called me. I called him that late night to come and pick me up because I needed somewhere to go. And I wanted to go to the hotel, but it was too far to walk. I would have walked it though, but it was too far to walk. So I called him and say, hey, hook me up with a hotel. And he called my husband and my mom and killed that whole thing for me. And I didn't talk to him for a long time after that, because I was pissed that he called my husband and my mom, because I felt like he had turned his back on me and kind of, threw me under the bus. So that's what he's talking about.
Well, Mecca Green wants to say, yes, I applaud Kiki for answering these tough questions. You go, Kiki, answering all these tough questions.
Thank you.
We do have Dee Star and my friend Talk with Son. They have questions for you. Go ahead, Dee Star.
Hello, Kiki. It's nice to meet you. I was on Aunt Ann's live as well.
Hi, very nice to meet you too.
And I'm in your area, but I did send you a DM, so I'll chat with you another time.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm in the outskirts a little bit, right before you come in Harvest. So
okay, cool.
My question is that, okay, you've seen the episodes play out and everything. As far as you coming in, you are in a difficult position. Do you think, because I really relate to you as far as being a friend to people who are not friends to each other, And that is a very difficult situation to be in. And I do understand that.
More difficult than people know.
Yes. Right. So my question is, how do you feel like that you can navigate it on this upcoming scene to make sure that you're still authentically you? You're still being a good cousin to Tisha, but holding her accountable, as well as being a good friend to Mel. Because I think that's the problem that a lot of them are saying. Me personally, I want to see you on this season to allow you to show us, because we haven't seen much of you. I remember a couple of scenes you did, and I'm sorry I'm long-winded, but I seen a couple of scenes you did and I loved you from the first time. I was like, she got it.
Thank you.
So now going forward, you see where you really are coming into. How will you navigate that space?
Oh, you know what? It's kind of like, and I'm going to be 100% honest, because I have made the mistakes that I've made that you all, saw some of the mistakes that I made. It's really difficult to be in the middle. Oh God, I hate it. It's one of the worst situations ever. I just really wish that they were at a good place, but they aren't. So I have to face that reality and say to myself, okay, Kiki, how are we going to do this? Tisha's your cousin. You love her. Y'all are not at the best place, but you can get to a better place. Melody, that's your girl. She's been there for you in some tough times, and y'all talk all the time. You adore the type of person that she is. She's been good to you.
Right.
How do I navigate both of these people that I'm close to? The only thing I can say, I really don't know, but the only thing that I can say, and I've prayed about this a lot, y'all, is I cannot mention one to the other. Those conversations have to be deaded if they come up. And that's period. I have to know that I can't. I don't care who wants me to say it. I don't care who wants me to bring it up. If anybody says anything negative about the other, I have to completely dead it. That I know now. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
That's the only thing that I can really think of when I'm with Melody. Keep it about Melody. Have fun with Melody, because I'm a fun person and I love to have fun. So there's so many other things that we can do besides talk about Tisha, and same with Tisha. We can talk. We have so many things we can talk about. The past, our girls, being physically fit, marriage, and the same thing with Melody. We have so many things we can talk about. Business, I have a lot of things I want to pick her ear about as it relates to growing your business, and how to work with certain people, how to discern whether you should make this business idea a reality or not. I have a lot of ideas how to finally go on and publish your own book. There's so many things that I want to bounce off of her. And I think that that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it to things that we're both passionate about on each side, and just eliminate the other person.
I have a question from the chat. One second, Didi. I have a question from the chat from Janice Jacob. Did Mel and Martel lend Marceau a car and use their rental home?
They did lend them a car. Rental home, no. But they did lend them a car.
I have a question. Okay, so the other day we were on a panel and some lady came up and said that she knew you guys, that she knew the Scotts, and that you guys well, not you guys, right? But that the Scotts have always been wealthy. So my question is, did Melody help the Scotts in their growth, in their wealth, or they've always been wealthy?
They have not always been wealthy. There are times when we have struggled together when we were up and coming. As a matter of fact, that's what one of me and Marceau, that's what one of our very first arguments was about. And that was a bad argument too. So no, they have not always been wealthy. They did start to gain traction when Marceau was working at the movie theater. He started to become, make a little bit more money because he was the general manager. Still not wealthy, but, more money coming in. At that time, Tisha worked at the bank. So she brought in decent money too, and Tisha's really good at budgeting. She taught me how to budget your money in a good way. And I'm really good at money. I was before, but she taught me a different way, a more effective way to budget your money. So they were good financially, but not wealthy. I still don't think I can say wealthy. Even I can say they are good, but I don't think wealthy is the correct term. And do I think that Melody and Martell both helped them along the way? Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
So
Beauty
Thank you.
Star, go ahead.
I just wanted to say one more thing that just to encourage you as a cousin for Tisha, because I was at her speaking engagements that she gave down here, and I really was fond of her at that time, and I still see a lot of potential in her. With you navigating this space, one thing that I, because like you just said, she's good with budgeting. Please, can you please encourage her to show her talents on this show? Because I think she's missing a lot of opportunities. When I saw her speak, I'm serious. I was really endeared to her. And it has changed through the seasons because of her anger. But I think if she can really back in and really go back to that space she was in like season one, besides the picking and meal part, but the space she was in when she was trying to become who she wanted to be, if she could get back to that space and show us that, I'm just encouraging you as a cousin, because I think that's what's hurting her right now.
Yeah.
She's allowing her issues with Mel to overshadow who she could be. And
Yes.
I believe if she really opens up and really show her talents, that she would be, she will have her own fan base, which she has it, but it's not for good reasons. So
Right.
I just encourage you to encourage her that way.
Oh,
And I look forward to seeing you on the show and seeing what you're
Thank
going to
you.
do in the future. And I'll be
I do.
trying to talk to you soon.
Thank you.
I
And
do have
likewise,
another.
but you know what? That's one thing that makes the Kiki Tisha duo really good, because I'm really outgoing and I kind of push her to bring that personality out a little
Yeah.
bit more. It can be difficult when what Tisha tends to do a lot of times is to mirror talents that she sees around her, instead of just trying to find out what her talents are authentically,
Okay.
and I've always pushed her in directions, especially when she felt insecure, or not so great about some things. So I will most definitely try my best to, if things go well, I try my best to try to push her to strive to her own great purpose.
Okay. We do have a talk with Selena. She is also a content creator. So go ahead with your question, sweetie.
Hey, talk with Selena.
Let's see.
Hi, so can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Sorry, I have cough. I've been coughing for about 2 weeks now, so it has been terrible. And I know I sound terrible, but if you can't hear me
No,
clearly,
actually,
just
I was
tell me.
about to say, girl, why you coming up in here with your bedroom voice on and stuff?
Right. All
Turn it
sexy.
down all sexy.
All sexy.
So, anyways, I'm from all the way from another continent, and I don't think people are noticing something I'm noticing. So, I'm purely African, and seeing Wanda's behavior of setting her child up in competition from some to another child is something that is very prevalent here. So, ask, since she's going to be like a relative to your kids, indefinitely she's going to be able to talk to Tisha's children, influence them in some way. Are you taking maybe precaution or precautionary steps in a way to prevent the same drama or competition that she had going on between you and Tisha? Because most times parents do not know, but they set their children up to be in competitions with their cousins, their sisters, and it can end up ruining their relationship. Now, looking at who Wanda is, if she was in my country truth be honest, nobody will take her seriously. But Tisha really takes her mother really, really, really seriously. And so we're going to have unfiltered access to these kids that are still growing, and she's going to pour her ignorance on these kids. So kids are talking to them. Are you concerned at all in any way?
I'm not concerned about that right now. That's one of those things where you kind of, not all the time, but I have not seen any inkling of any of that between our girls or our boys. None of it. And I believe that it was a factor in our relationship because our parents did something that we didn't like. And we would always talk about how we hated that they did that. Because it put us in an awkward position. So neither one of us liked it. So I have not seen that. I think that maybe depending on how things go, I'll warn I think my daughter, because girls tend to deal with things like this a lot more than guys. Like my son, he'll be 17 on the 17th of this month, and he's never ever told me about any kind of competition with Tisha and Marshall's son ever. There's never been a problem. They're two different types of people. My son is a phenomenal athlete. That's who he is. And my Tisha's first child, he's more of a techie type person. So there's no real comparison there because they're so different. So when they get together, it's just cool. They talk about what they're each doing in their lives, but it's the differences that make them who they are. But the girls, that might be different. I hope that it's not. But they're so young now that we've not seen it. Only thing they want to do is play and have fun. So I don't want to interrupt that kiddie stage and put anything on them that makes them self-conscious, or now I got to think about this and I got to look for that. I want to put that on my daughter right now. So I'm waiting until I feel like she can understand it or she can learn how to separate the two. I don't want her to be self-conscious going, to our cousin's house. I don't want that for her.
We do have just one last person. I know Kiki has a lot to do. We're gonna, try to wrap it up. And it's Cheryl Howard. Do you have a question for Kiki?
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Kiki. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing well. I hope you are too.
Hi, Ebony. How you doing?
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Oh gosh.
Hi, Cheryl.
Hi. I can say that hopefully, like you said, she concentrates on a storyline of her talents and not concentrate more on Melody's situation. I just hope everything works out, because this show is so exhausting to me right now.
It is. Imagine being in the exhaustion
in the mix
of the mess. I mean, it is extremely exhausting.
It's just I just don't understand it, like, where did they go wrong? I mean, what happened? Like,
right.
The constant coming for this one woman on a regular basis. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't,
Yeah, it's crazy. I have not seen what everybody else has seen. I've not seen that.
Right. But watching, I just wish for the best. I wish
so do I.
And and you're looking good, girl.
Thank you. Thank you, girl.
Beautiful.
Huh?
She's looking beautiful today.
Yes, she is.
So
she sure
much.
is.
So
she
do you, Ebony.
Beautiful.
So do you. In your purple, girl.
It's for you. It's all for you.
Yes, Miss Ebony looking good herself. Our beautiful Black women.
I know. And right. I'm hoping the same.
Right.
Because that's what I feel like this show should be about. Excellence.
Black excellence.
Excellence. Overcoming issues that we've had to overcome. Like, I've had to overcome my issue and helping other Black women who have to overcome that issue, because that's not something that's really talked about in the Black community.
Right.
Right. So I want to be an advocate for that. And I hope that, Melody will be an advocate for maybe teaching women how to start their own businesses, how to thrive after divorce. There's so many things that we can really advocate for the better.
Right.
So,
let me ask you a question, Kiki, and I'm gonna play devil's advocate here for a second. You've been friends with Mel the longest besides these cast members. And I'm sure you have more secrets or know more about Mel than any of the cast member. Now, if something was supposed to happen, you fall apart, would you be the type of friend to be like, you know what, I'm going to tell all your little secrets?
No. And you see how hard it is for me to say, the things about Tisha today. And on the show, I was kind of forced to bring that out. I did not want to do that. But honestly, it would not be me who has the most secrets, because Mel and I, we were friends, but we were not like besties. We were not, so I was not anyone that she would tell her deep, dark secrets to. And she's not anyone that I would tell mine to, which is why we had, them exposing my business to her. So we weren't best friends. No. We weren't on the same level of friendship as like me and Tisha, but we were friends.
What do you want the Melometers, because we roll hard for Mel. What do you want the Melometers to know about you that we don't already know, and what to expect of you on this show?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. Let me see. Melometers. I know a lot of people, and I think we've addressed this already, but I know that a lot of people were worried about me supposedly throwing Mel under the bus. I can't assure you that that's not who I am. I'm not going to go throw not just Mel, but anybody under the bus unless they come for me. They come for me, fair game, but I think that you guys are just going to see kind of like the sweet nature of me. I do things and I hate that, but I do things in extremes. Okay, I work in extremes. I'm either all the way on or I'm all the way off. I'm either cold or I'm hot. There's no middle ground. So I hope that you guys get to see me trying to pull that together. I hope that you guys get to see the true dynamics of my marriage and my relationship, my home life, and get to see the mess and get to see me kind of trying to pull the mess all back together. Because remember, you're dealing with a marriage out.
No, we need my charger.
Okay. Okay, I'll give it to you in 1 minute. Out. Okay. Oh, here you go. Grab it. Okay. Too. No, you don't. Out. Okay. Goodbye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Sorry. So I think you'll get to see my husband and I dealing with the fallout and the comeback from an addiction. Oh, that's tough. That's tough to come from, come back from. And you'll get to see us being in a place where he's dealing with so much loss and trying to learn how to be there during those moments. So just expect real authenticity from me. I don't know how to be anything but Kiki, and that's who I'm going to continue to be. And I hope you like it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you on the show. We would love to see one of the Scott go, but we would love to see more of you, to see what your contribution is to the show, besides the nitpicking and the foolish arguments that are going on right now. The show is called Love and Marriage Huntsville, and we're not trying to see Kiki by herself. We're trying to see Kiki and hubby, Kiki with kids, and more positivity. And I just want to take the time to let you know how much I appreciate you. And thank you so much for your time, for answering all these questions. I know it was tough, but my subscribers wanted me to hold you to the fire a little bit.
That's fine. Look, The day you don't hold me to the fire is the day I don't want to interview. I've always liked to do things hard for some reason. But hey,
and we look forward, we look forward to, I know I DM'd you and you mentioned about your book. We're looking forward to see more about that.
My life is a book in itself. So be getting ready for that too.
Great. A quick question. Does Scott have $17 million? I
don't believe so.
Because wasn't Marcel mentioned something about the builder's license? And I want to clear this up. He mentioned something about, the host helped him, but he was in the business field and having his builder's license. But from what we understand, he was a manager at a movie theater. So how did he get the builder's license so quick?
He was a manager at the movie theater. The only thing I remember about that time, I remember him leaving Monaco, and right after he left Monaco, he was searching for a job, and he couldn't find anything, and that's when he went to Mel and Marcel and said, "Hey, I know how to do this stuff. Will you kind of teach me how and partner with me?" And they agreed.
And so, is that when he went?
I think maybe during that time, the beginning stages of that, he did that.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
Oh. So the $17 million, because I feel bad, well, they have that lawsuit on them. As a cousin, how do you feel about that?
I hate it for them, and I hope that they're able to adjust, in a meaningful and powerful way. But being around them, they don't seem worried at all about the lawsuit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They do not seem one bit worried about the lawsuit.
Okay. Well, we wish everyone the best, the original six to do their thing. We want to see you shine on this show again. And I can emphasize, I'm going to keep hitting up Carlos in his inbox, to make sure we're seeing you, your husband, more of Kiki.
Let him know, y'all.
Yeah, more of Kiki. Y'all put those purple hearts so I could see y'all wanting Kiki to shine on this show. We don't want to see no drama.
Look, I got some purple nails for you. Purple nails.
Look, my purple dress.
I love it. Thank y'all so much. And thank you for the purple hearts. I love y'all.
We appreciate you. I'm trying to get my next interview with Mel again, because I did one with her. And
I put a bug in her ear.
Yeah, girl, I'm hearing her ear daily. She was like, "Oh, I see you." But I really, 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 really appreciate it, and I hope to have you on again. We can go further into, how you're progressing in the show, like, what you're doing. How do you feel? So if the opportunity arises again, please keep me on your list for another interview.
I absolutely will, no doubt.
I appreciate you, Kiki. You're looking fabulous tonight, honey.
Thank you. I hope my momager, Chris Jenner, heard that.
And you just tell her I appreciate her so much for arranging this interview for me. She's such a sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart. If y'all don't know Kiki's mama, tell her to create a YouTube so we can mess with her over there too.
I sure will.
All right. Thank you so much, Kiki, for your time.
Thank y'all so much.
Bye, Kiki.
Y'all. Thank the fans. Bye,
y'all.
Thank
you. Bye, Kiki. Love you.
Love you too.
Love you, Kiki.
Look at those purple hearts, guys. So, guys, what do you guys think about the interview?
It was great, Ev. It was great.
Oh, thank you. Did you guys feel I asked all the right questions?
Yes. You should see the comments.
Definitely.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys so much. I am at over 4,000 subscribers. I couldn't have done it without you guys. So I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I do.
We appreciate you too.
We appreciate you too.
Thank you, guys. So have a great night. I got
you too.
Bye, guys.
Good night. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Good night.